Hey guys, Shurim here, and today I'm going to be testing the Bugatti EB110 at Golden Max in Asphalt 9 in its multiplayer season. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and be sure to check out my Furum Clips channel, as well as my Furum TV channel and my Purple Team Discord. You can find the links to those down in the description, and I hope you enjoy these races. So these races were recorded in the previous season about this car, not the Huera R1, but the season where you could only use the EB110. This was because I wasn't sure if I was going to get to drive it again, and I got lots of good races there, so here we are. I have recorded some races in the Huera R season in both the Huera R and the Bentley Continental GT Speed, so you can expect videos about those soon as well. I recently unlocked the EB10 in its Grand Prix as well. After not spending any tokens on it, I just got lucky in the key pack, so car number 118 achieved. Now, my experience with the EB10 was kind of mixed. It is a high-end C-Class car. It is one of the fastest cars in Class C, going around 226 or so miles per hour, so a similar top speed to the Vencer and the Aranera. And overall, I would say it's a decent-ish competitor with those. However, I don't think it'll be like the new king of C-Class or anything. The Aranera is still going to be better. The main issue that I have with the EB110 is its very poor acceleration. It's only at 74, which is not very good even for Class C standards. Its drifting is alright, not the greatest. There's certainly better ones like the 599XX Evo, and the nitro efficiency is fairly average as well. Granted, it is a better nitro efficiency than that of the Aranera or the Vencer, but that in and of itself is not that great of an achievement because those two cars have some of the lowest nitro efficiencies in the entire game. So yeah, this car's low acceleration combined with its mediocre nitro efficiency make it a fairly stiff car to drive. Not necessarily unwieldy, but I wouldn't necessarily consider it fun to drive either. It was okay, not really a car I would go back to, but I had a fun enough time in its season, and I did get some very close races out of it, 6 of which you're going to be seeing in this video. The first 2 of them were on Buenos Aires, and now we're going to see one on the Caribbean. Just this morning, the Peugeot Onyx Starway actually came back, and because I 4-starred it previously, I will only be able to play the 5-star portion of it. Unfortunately, I forgot to use the trick last time around about claiming the blueprints and then not starring the car up. That would hopefully allow me to max the car, but I will be more than happy with a 5-star Onyx. I don't think I'll make another video about it since I just made a video about it at 4 stars, but we will see about that. Although definitely if I do end up maxing it at some point, I would definitely make another video about it then. Now, the Speedtail on the other hand, I also have at 5 stars. Finally was able to fully upgrade that to the point I could at 5 stars sometime before my last stream. And so I'll be making a video about that sometime as well. I'll probably recording a good few races with it in the current Ghost Slipstream season. I've recorded some last season as well, so likely we'll be able to get some races with it in both sorts of seasons like I did for the Regera, because I think it's super cool to see especially how these top and S-Class cars perform in different situations, whether or not they're just good for maybe one sort of season, either Ghost or not, Slipstream or not, or if they can be competitive in all sorts of seasons. And I think the Speedtail, with its overall just well-rounded stats, great speed, and pretty much great everything else, honestly, none of it of which is like the best, but all of it is for sure above average. I think it's a very well-rounded car that should be able to do quite well in pretty much any season you throw it at. I personally think Starways are one of the best features to be added to Asphalt 9 recently, because essentially they allow you to 5-star some very good cars without having to spend any tokens on them. If you already have the previous cars starred up, and so far they haven't been a lot of cars that are necessarily difficult to get. I mean, we've had like the P1 and the Vulcan and the LaFerrari. We do have the Onyx necessary for the, for the Speedtail, but the Onyx, its Starway came first, so a lot of people were able to 5-star it through that. So yeah, I just think it's a really great way to allow people to get tons of blueprints for cars without spending a lot of tokens on them, so they can instead save up their tokens and spend them on maybe more Kings, which are the kinds of cars that I like to spend tokens on anyway. Because while the Onyx and the Speedtail are very good cars in their respective classes, especially at max, they're not Kings. And so I think cars like this are the perfect cars to have in Speedtails because they give people a good incentive to go for them, but they aren't to the point where everybody just gets kings of the classes. Well, I guess aside from the Huracan, which is still one of the kings of Class B, but yeah, everybody kind of already had that anyway. One other new feature I've heard about, but just saw today in multiplayer, is the new multiplayer bonus pass, which is like a legend pass, but for multiplayer. It's $5, it gives you 1 daily free gas refill. Gas refill is 25% faster in all your cars. You get 25% more serious points per race, 10% more credits per race, extra serious score milestones, and you'll get rewards from all leagues you have reached. For $5 a month, I can't really say that sounds worth it. I mean, at least with the Legend Pass, you get a car to 3 stars. This, you don't get a car or anything. It's just like you get a little bit more of each thing. And unless the rewards that you get, like the extra milestone rewards, are much better than before, I can't really see this being really worth it for much of anyone. And this is coming from somebody who really enjoys playing multiplayer. Now, if you're somebody who plays multiplayer a lot, especially with high-class cars, I could definitely see this being useful with the gas refill and the gas refilling faster and stuff like that. That could definitely be helpful. Like if you're up above 1900 and you're just trying to get to the top 100 or whatever in the season. But other than that, I don't know, man. In my opinion, the biggest issue with this pass is the fact that it only lasts 14 days. It only lasts 2 weeks, as long as one of your classic multiplayer seasons, or whatever the MP1 is at the time. I would say if this lasted a full season, yeah, then it might be a bit more worth it. But for just 14 days, I can't really say it is. That'd be $10 a month, which, you know, is what people spend on a streaming service. So if you play Asphalt 9 a ton, might be okay for you. But for any casual player, I would say steer clear of this one. Legend Pass is still a better deal if you do want to spend money to get some extra stuff in the game. Now it's time for my general review about this car. The top speed is very good, one of the best in Class C, but the pretty bad acceleration kind of drags it down, as do the mediocre handling, drifting, and nitro efficiency. If you already have any of the other kings of Class C, this is not one that is worth spending tokens on. As we finish this last extremely close race, thank you all so much for watching. Please like the video if you have enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt, Forza, Minecraft, and other games content, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!